Oh, hey, hi, hello, welcome on in. We're here with a brand new game that we're going to be playing this evening, Hunter the Reckoning. This is going to be episode 1, guys. Episode 1, we did it. No more double digits for us, so enjoy the 8 episodes while we have them. But we'll be going around the room, introduce who we're going to be playing this evening. If anyone says any sort of vampire names, we're having issues off the bat. Um, but just say who you're going to be playing this evening, and let's go ahead and go into your creed and what's the other one? So I'm still getting used to the terminology.
Drive.
Yes, thank you. Your creed and your drive. Um, for your character for this evening, and we'll go ahead and start with Hannah because Warren's not here today to pick on. So Hannah, you are next on up.
Boo. Warren, come back. Anyway, hi, I'm Hannah. I am playing. Hold on, I have to think of my name because it's been forever. Morgan Fisher, and my creed is inquisitive, and my drive is pride.
Ooh, that's a wonderful, terrifying combination, and I'm very much here for it. And also, I just always think of Eva and Pride, and that did not work out very well for most of Indianapolis. Um,
Hopefully, this is a different type of pride in the sun.
exactly. Next up, we have Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'll be playing Trina and her Katrina Foster, also known as Trina, and her creed is inquisitive and her drive is pride.
I
guess we never discussed that.
We sure didn't, but here we are. That is hilarious, and that makes much more sense why you were cracking up, Justin. Real original, by the way. Way to copy Hannah's homework.
Hey, I was done a long time before Hannah, just saying.
Allegedly.
That's fair.
Next up, we got Rob.
Hi, I'm going to be playing Jonas Bergstrom. His creed is faith, in his case, in humanity, and his drive is atonement.
I absolutely love that. And last but not least, we have Ian.
Oh man, new game, and I'm still great at unmuting just at the right time. It's like I'm good at this or something. Hi, I'm Ian. I am playing. Let me get this sheet pulled up here. I'm playing Riley Loverboy Hartmore, with the creed of underground because why not? Be secretive and a little bit sketchy with the drive of atonement, because sometimes you make mistakes and you have to figure out how to be better.
Indeed, you do. So, everyone, this is obviously our real first episode of this show. So, as a disclaimer, we're learning the rules as we sort of go along with this. So, you may be seeing some mistakes. If you do, let us know in the chat, and we will try to fix it the best we can. No promises, though, because we are also, like I said, learning. But to get started here, we're going to go ahead and start with a few nights after you guys sort of all met for the first time. It is very, very rainy outside. It is August of 2024, about mid-afternoon. And we'll go ahead and start with Jonas. You're at your facility currently, sort of keep an eye on people that are coming in. You have people coming and going, as you typically do. Um, but you do recognize a familiar face who's been sticking around the last couple of days and sort of helping, maybe on or off the payroll, as you do see Jonas sort of keeping an eye on things as well for you in the more of the people aspect of it all.
And you're muted there, but
So who am I seeing? Is this going to be Riley?
Yeah. So it's gonna be Riley here that you are seeing, um, and you do have your regulars who have stuck around for quite a bit, and it like I said, it's mid afternoon, so you have people who are coming in trying to stay out of the heat a little bit. Um, but this rain is definitely helping. But it hasn't rained this hard in quite some time.
Okay, so I think that he's currently, leaned up against a wall, drinking a cup of coffee out of a styrofoam cup. Oh, hey, Riley, hey, how you
yeah,
doing?
tired.
Yeah, yeah, I can believe that. You here to catch some rest, or
Yeah, gonna. There's too many. There's too much going on. I need to figure it
okay?
out. Need to just something, if that's okay.
Sure, sure, yeah. We still have a room. It's on the third floor. If you like, I can have someone send up some sheets and towels. Anything that you need other than that?
No, I think I should be okay from there. Thank you.
Okay. What time of day is it, Bruce?
Yeah, right up at this point, you're looking at it's probably about 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. So he'll add. We're just wrapping up dinner right now. If you want, I can make sure that something gets set aside for when you're ready.
And, like, you can see the actual contemplation across Riley's face. Just yeah, yes, please.
Okay. So I guess, does Riley look? Well, how's
Disheveled.
Riley look?
Yeah.
Disheveled. Uh, Riley is looking rough. They're normally pretty, like, since you've the past couple days that you've known of Riley, to say the least. Tall, slender, very, like, androgynously pretty. But in a constant disheveled kind of way. And today it looks even worse. Like, probably hasn't slept. Probably may have been out all night looking to, like, get some sort of fix for an addiction, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Just not in a good way.
So I think that Jonas is going to furrow his eyebrows a little bit as he's considering Riley's state of affairs, and is going to say, "So I do have a couple questions I have to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
When we first met, did you come across any of the people from that life?"
Riley's gonna take a couple steps, like, in your direction. Just, my life or your life?
Our life, but the life that you were leading up until a few days ago.
I haven't seen anybody like that since then.
Okay. Okay. Well, I know that healing is a process, and that it's going to be a journey for a long time. So let us know how we can support you.
There's that contemplation and kind of confusion again across Riley. Just, yeah. I'm not trying to be weird. I just don't. That's something I haven't. People don't normally talk to me nicely, so I don't know how to say this, and now I feel like I'm making it weird. So, mm-hmm. and yeah, and and they're like slowly like backing off, like trying to find words to say.
Jonas is doing what I'm doing and is starting to laugh as you're sort of stumbling through it. And then he's going to step forward and give you a somewhat rough like slap on the shoulder and say, "Get some sleep. We'll talk when you've had a minute to get your stuff together."
Okay, I do appreciate you.
Great.
And Riley's gonna head off in the direction of sleep and refreshment.
All right.
So at some point there is some imbibing that needs to happen.
Of course. And for you, it is absolutely doable, and it's not too difficult to be able to find it.
All right. So working through familiar faces or just reading body language. Riley kind of hits the either the regulars or however you want to call it, and finds not a ton, but a usable amount of cocaine,
Of course.
and trying to be discreet about it. And if and when they get to a private place, they will sustain a habit.
Um. Okay. Um.
Trying to find the nice way to go about saying that, so it's not like just like rip some rails, dog.
I appreciate and respect it. Um. As this event is going on the other side of town, um, we move to Morgan. What are you sort of up to at this point? I feel like I missed a message that come through. One moment. Of course, my Discord chat is the time that freezes.
Looks like Morgan had to step away for a second.
Oh, perfect. A busy night for Morgan off in the city. We'll go ahead and pan over to Trina. Trina, where are you at the 6 o'clock hour, as it were?
Well, chances are, since Trina and Brick just kind of hit town again a few days ago, she's probably in a cheap, extended stay hotel. She's got her murder board up with connections, kind of putting away the information from what they had collected before running into the others, and now kind of starting to build out a new file based on any information that would have been left over that she would have been able to glean upon completion of that hunt.
Of course. As you're looking over all of this information here, it was a clean hunt, man. It was one that didn't end badly to take down this vampire that was causing a muck.
Were we able to get any information from Riley in regards to, did he have any knowledge of locations these things used to creep around, where they might operate, if there's any tells that they might have picked up on when they were under the spell of this monster?
It was hard to tell because whenever you guys removed Riley from the service of this vampire, obviously they were very much under control of this monster for the longest time. And then once the control waned, a lot of things came rushing back very, very quickly. including the desire for more of that blood to be able to continue chasing that high. So they didn't really give a whole lot of information because they were definitely more focused on finding more and getting that fix for it. So they were more babbling than anything else at that point.
So I'm assuming we probably did a forceful detox, like kind of tied him down, let him go through the process of like hardcore withdrawal. As a nurse, I would have kind of been there to help,
Yeah.
that process go through.
Do you have intelligence and occult by chance?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll both of those for me, please.
Alrighty. You want me to just use the slash roll?
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, either that or yeah. I mean, because we don't have the sheet set up for it yet. But yeah, just go ahead and use slash roll for that many. Obviously, desperation equal to 0.
Let me grab my character sheet real fast. I had this open, but somehow I closed it.
How dare you?
I know. I'm terrible. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
You'll
I
forgive me
forgive you
this
this
one
time.
time.
I wasn't gonna give you the one
Okay.
time. I was about to ask Chad if there was anyone available.
Damn. Hey, Rob, do you know how to make it so it'll count the successes?
Yeah, do greater than 6.
Ooh, that's a big fat 0 success. How about I'm gonna do a little willpower reroll.
Do a
there.
little willpower. Oh man, imagine first roll, new game, willpower for 0 successes. That's
We do a little willpower.
That is that's rough. It's rough. Hurt my feelings. So like I see one whopping success.
oh.
Oh wait. Oh dude, never mind. Let me start over. I'm rolling d6s here like a dumbass.
Weirdly, that checks
I'm never
out.
going to succeed.
Get
This
a 1
is
in 6 chance of getting a hit.
this is my kind of game.
Okay, well 2 successes get it.
Yes, it will. 2 successes will be enough. That's amazing.
God.
'Cause
Shadowrun creeps in.
those of you home, World of Darkness is a D10 system.
I've been playing it for, over a year now.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oops.
But as you think about it, you do know from some of the research you've done that while the first few days are the most difficult to get through, that blood, depending on how long Riley was underneath their control, that time before that addiction is completely out of their body, and that desire can be based off months on depending on how long they've been under that control for. So you know that there is some time ahead, but after about 3 days, which is where we're at, after 2 days, you felt comfortable enough that they had a more stable mind about what they were looking for. Not saying that they were definitely better and cured from it, but definitely more responsive, wasn't actively always trying to get it even while tied up. And so that got to the point where you believed that Riley was capable of sort of being able to go out and function in the world without hopefully causing too much issues for themselves or people around them.
So, did I have any indication of where Riley was going to end up after we turned them loose?
Not really. I mean, they were found at the haven of this vampire you guys found. So it's sort of hard to tell where they would have went. They could have went home. They didn't really have they were pretty well put together. So you definitely could tell that they had some sort of lifestyle. But hard to tell exactly where they were going to go after the tie-up.
Given that they've got a link into that world, and also my paranoia that they're going to slip back into it. I think I'll reach out to Jonas and see if he has any information in
Sure.
regards to Riley.
And you guys definitely have at least the phone number and the um, sort of the location of this facility, um, because this is how you guys found that vampire the first time around. So you guys definitely do have that connection and able to reach out to the facility and see if they're available.
Yeah, I would call and see if I could locate Jonas.
Yeah. Um, Jonas, shortly after you um, sort of send Riley on their way to a room to get some comfort or some rest, you hear the office phone begin to ring.
So the phone picks up, and there's the sound of a little conversation in the background. Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, no. Yeah, talk to her. She'll be able to help. Julian Center. Hey, what can I do for you?
Yes, can I speak with Jonas, please?
Speaking.
Hi, Jonas. This is Trina from the other night. You remember me?
Yeah, I do. Funny you should call. I was planning on calling you in about half an hour.
I was just calling to see if you'd heard anything about Riley, Sugar. I was really worried once we turned him loose.
Yeah, he's been here off and on. He's here right now, actually. Can I roll an insight check to figure out how much I think Riley was planning on going and getting a different fix?
Yeah, go ahead and roll wits and insight for me, please.
Is there any sort of deception or anything that I try to have made on that end?
So let me just make sure I understand that it wasn't necessarily the mundane fix is what you're wondering about.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, going to get a different drug.
Yeah, of course. I was just making sure that different drug wasn't being, vampire blood or anything like that. You were trying to figure out.
Why would I do that? I've been not addicted to that for the last couple whiles. You can't prove that I need it anymore. Shut up. What are you, a cop?
Yes. You can absolutely go ahead and roll manipulation plus subterfuge, and this will be a contest between the two.
I did the numbers wrong, but I got one success.
You know what? It's at least we made progress. We're rolling d10s now, so we're making it.
Yep.
It just keeps shaming me, man. Just keep shaming me.
I got to. You
I
blew
wish
a
I'd thought about it. I would have pre-edged it.
Oh, dude. No.
It's begun. Would you like to willpower that, not Michael?
Yes.
Please go ahead and spend a point of willpower.
Yeah.
And reroll 3 dice, please.
We're rerolling 3 of those dice.
I'm loving it. First scene, and we're already burning through this willpower. It's going to be good.
Also 3.
Also,
For the purposes of lying to the party. All right, you're 3 to my 1.
yeah, 3 to 1. Yeah, you definitely get the understanding that, Riley definitely went to go lay down. You saw them stop and talk to people, like almost like checking in as they were walking by, but nonetheless went straight to the room.
Okay, so then back to Trina, I'll say, yeah, he's here. He looks, or sorry, they're here. They look messy. Seems like they're clean, but it could be worth a checkup just to see sort of. I don't know how practical a relapse of that variety is, but something like it.
Yeah, if it's okay with you, honey, I'll swing by and just take a look at him. I just could check his vitals and make sure everything looks good and, make sure everything seems to be on the up and up.
Yeah, we've got people here for most of that kind of stuff, but this seems like sort of a special case, and would
Just
be
what I
worth
was
having
thinking,
somebody-
honey. Okay, well, I can be down in about 20, 30 minutes, if that's okay.
Perfect. Gives me time to wrap up what I'm up to.
And is it okay if Tank comes?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All
That's
righty.
not
See you soon.
terrifying.
Tank is the dog, right?
Yes.
Tank is indeed the absolute
Okay.
just
Yeah.
monster of a dog that accompanies Trina in
Yeah.
most places.
Some of the folks love Tank.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Tank loves everybody. All right, honey. I'll see you soon.
Um,
Great. Click.
okay. As Trina prepares to head off and meet at the facility, we'll go ahead and head across town now that Morgan has the chance to freshen up after using the restroom, of course, in the last scene. We will go ahead and start off with Morgan. It's about 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Where happen you be?
That's a great sentence.
I know.
I would be at a probably like a lounge type place, just hanging out, um, having a couple drinks with some friends, not best friends, but friends.
Of course.
Just kind of laying low, looking around, waiting for a call. A
Okay.
job.
Of course. Of course. Um, while you're waiting for a call, you do happen to get a text message, though, from your sister. And it is just a big, tall stack of books, alphabetized in a very particular order. Hey, this library is insane.
What are some of the titles on the book? Or books, I guess
Um,
I should say.
most of them don't have any sort of title that's on the spine of the book, but you do have like History of Indianapolis. Um, you have the historical sightings of haunted places within Indianapolis. And sort of in between, actually, go ahead and roll wits and awareness for me. DC's going to be 4 on this.
Is it okay if I use my own dice? I'm gonna try it this way because I don't do well on that 20.
Sure. That's completely fine. Let's give it a
And I
shot.
found them because last week I lost them. Okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll number D10 equal to your dots.
Okay.
You're trying
That
not
would
to
be
derail the
4
whole.
successes.
4 successes. You succeed. Um, in between a piece of the paper, you do notice what looks like a partial A with a semicircle around it. That looks like it was hurriedly stuffed in between some of the papers. Not any sort of logo or anything you've seen before, but definitely seems out of place based off the rest of the ages of the book versus this very uh, newer looking paper that has a fresh A drawn on it.
I'll text back. When are you gonna find time to read all those books? Don't you have a life, a job? LOL.
She sends back just the crying, laughing emoji. I do, but there's a lot of free time in it.
Well, if you find anything interesting, let me know.
Yeah, I will.
I'll put a heart emoji.
She sends one back. And a few moments later, at this lounge that you're hanging out with a couple of your friends, you happen to hear someone walk in and sit down up closer towards the bar of this lounge. And there's a large, beautiful piano in the middle of this lounge. But he sort of stumbles by and sits at the bar, and he's like staring at the bar top and just rocking back and forth a little bit. Uh, why? Who does that sort of thing? And you see he's starting to chew on his fingernails heavily. And the bartender sort of walks over. What can I get you? Uh, I don't care as long as it's semi cold and fills most of the glass. Do you? What do you believe that people go to after they die? And you can they say that they have this philosophical conversation back and forth, and the bartender is seeming to like try to continue to make drinks to keep conversation going with other people, but definitely being that sort of shoulder for this person to lean on a little bit and have a conversation with, where it doesn't seem like she really believes that they go anywhere. Um, but you hear, yeah, I thought the same thing, but I'm not so sure anymore.
I'm gonna slide closer. Put a $10 bill down. I got the next one.
That's awfully kind of it. When you sort of get closer and you can see, it doesn't like it's not like a wafting smell of like bo, but you can definitely tell it's not someone who's probably taken the best care of themselves the last couple of days. Um, you can see heavy bags underneath their eyes, like they haven't slept as well. That's super kind of you. Um, my name's Caden. What's your name?
Oh, hey, Kaden. I'm Morgan. Nice to meet you.
You too. And she bartender would go over and pour up another glass and put it off to the side as he's still drinking on his.
Are you from around here?
Um, more of the outskirts of Indy, but yeah, for the most part.
I overheard your conversation a little bit.
Hmm.
What brought that up?
I lost someone a while ago. Someone very close to me, and they always say that after they pass, you're always looking for them and the faces of crowd that pass by and reflections. It's just sort of like you're used to them being there, so your body sort of puts that image there. But this seems to be happening a lot more often than it used to.
The person's face coming up is happening more often.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even just their face; it's just them. Like I'll be passing by a mirror and it looks like they're standing off behind me, but when I turn around, there's no one there. I walk in the crowd and I see their face as I pass by, and I take a double take and they're gone.
I'm gonna like slowly pull out my notebook and open it up and ask them. So, where were you at when you saw these features of this person.
I
The
mean,
mirror, the crowds.
it's sort of just everywhere. It was either, the mirror was at home. Um, the crowds were in this. I mean, I don't know if you're from here, but I mean, Avon just maybe 10, 15 minutes down the road.
Oh yeah, I know where that is.
Um,
I've lived here long enough.
good. Sorry, I don't mean to assume, but um, it's just sort of everywhere, like Target, Starbucks, Chipotle, sort of anything. I just sort of randomly see them around. It's crazy, right?
And oh, I mean, our mind plays tricks on us quite often. But does this happen like multiple times a day or just once a day? Once a week?
For the most part, I can count on at least once a day, but there's been some days where it's more than that. And you see, they takes another large drink and finishes off the glass and sort of moves it across towards the bartender, who then swaps it out with another glass. And you see him, or the bartender, sort of look at you, Morgan, and just mouth thank you as he begins to now sort of take care of the other patrons at the bar and trying to make sure that he's bouncing out on the best of his abilities.
We will take a couple more drinks, right? Or do you want another drink after this one? I'm down.
I got nothing better else to do.
All right. I'll put 20 on the. And so how long ago did they pass away? Exactly. I mean, I know this sounds kind of morbid of me asking, but I'm just, I'm curious. I want to help you.
It's a curious look on his face, like maybe you're one of the few people that have actually heard him out and seem to like actually go with the story. Passed away about, well, going on 4 years now. Tomorrow, actually.
Oh, wow. I'm really sorry about that.
Me too. Me too.
Was it expected or, I mean, it sounds like it was unexpected, but
It
I don't
it
want to assume.
no, it was very much out of the blue.
What happened?
Um, and you can see like tears beginning to well up a little bit in the corner of his eyes. He slipped and hit his head really hard on the corner of the counter, and went to sleep, but just never woke back up. Ended up having to pull the plug myself. Well, sign the forms for the doctors to do it, I should say.
Yeah, that really sucks. I'm really sorry about that. Well, I do have to get going, but I'll hand over a piece of paper with my number on it. If you need a chat, I'm here. I'm a night owl, not really so much a morning person. So, if you call me in the morning, I'll leave a message. But I'll be around if you need me to be.
I appreciate that. There's not a lot of people like you, Morgan. And he sort of just
Well,
goes ahead and stares at his drink and sort of stirs it a little bit.
I hope you have a good rest of your day. Don't drink too much.
Yeah, no promises there.
I'm gonna whisper. Also, you could use a shower. I don't know if you know of a place, but I'm sure there's, free showers around here somewhere. But if not, here's $100.
Yeah, I appreciate it really. I do have a place I'm staying. Just been with the anniversary of this coming up and seeing his face everywhere. I just sort of lost track. So I appreciate um, the reminder.
Oh, yes. I mean, I wasn't trying to be rude. I just figured, people might approach you more and console better.
Yeah. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. And he goes and takes his drink and sits there for a little bit, but he closes the arms a little bit more and becomes a little more conscious of it. Um,
I'm gonna head out.
yeah. Where would you like to go next?
I'm actually not gonna go that far. I kind of want to follow him
Okay.
when
Uh,
he leaves.
and I'm assuming you want to try to not be noticed of following this individual.
I think that's impossible to not be noticed. So we'll just sit there casually,
Perfect.
reading a book like I don't know, I'm in school or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Would you
Okay.
would you say that you'd rather be reading a book?
Asking for a friend.
No, it's actually torture.
You hate to see it. Okay. While you're keeping an eye on this individual and waiting for him to come out, we'll go ahead and fast forward a little bit to 30 minutes have gone by, and Trina and Tank have arrived at the center to meet up with Jonas.
So I think that Jonas is handing off some responsibilities to some of the others here at the center as Trina shows up. It's like, oh, hey, you're here. Come on, let's head upstairs.
Sure thing, honey. Lead the way.
Stops and like gives Tank a behind the ears situation before going and heading upstairs. Um, so I don't know what would be helpful for you to have to sort of check this out. I'm not really familiar with this kind of condition, but we do have some medical supplies upstairs that we got some like test kits and the like to.
Well, we could do a blood draw just to check and see if there's anything, you know, any anomalies that. I mean, I'd hate to think that that they got Hep C or something from that thing.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna have to be with their consent, but
Oh, for
yeah.
sure, for sure. I understand, honey. I'm not trying to make it any more awkward for them.
So yeah, I think he'll just lead the way up and on Riley's door. Um, hey, Riley, you in there?
It's quiet for maybe a little longer than it should be.
Closet door shuffling.
Yeah, no, there's some definite like shuffling around and things of that sort. It's like, yeah, hey, hold on, like stumbling over something, and then the door opens, but only like this much. It's just like, hey, kind of like poking out of the door a little bit.
I think that Jonas is like looking in at the time and then steps back a little bit and is like, "You remember Trina, right? Trina has some medical training and might be able to help with figuring out if you've got any after effects or anything like that from your situation."
Sure, I think I mean, I'm fine currently.
Hey, baby, just let me in. We'll come inside and just take a quick look at you and do a quick workup. Nothing too invasive.
Define invasive.
Little poke, little jab, little tickle.
I'm sure you can understand why I'm hesitant about that specific grouping of words.
You've been to the doctor before, right?
It's been a while. Kind of
Nothing more invasive than that, I promise.
Sure. Can you give me like less than a minute?
Sure. Not a problem, honey.
All right. I'm gonna step back in and kind of close the door, and then go and try to hide my drugs.
Definitely doable as you sort of make sure that the place is tidy for them to come in and do this medical check.
Yeah. And in fact, I'm not even gonna hide the drugs. I'm just gonna do them really quick.
The best form of hiding. I like it.
Yeah, it's not a whole bunch. It's just like
3 or 4 rails. Nothing.
Fine.
no, it's a quick little like.
Do you hear a chopping noise, honey?
Mind your business, Mom.
Does he got a Hoover in there?
I am the Hoover. But yeah, I'm just gonna.
But real talk, I'd like to roll something to see if I notice anything on when we come in.
Yeah, of course. Let's go ahead and have you definitely can roll wits and awareness for that. And for Riley, we will go ahead and have you roll wits plus stealth to see if you can think of somewhere quickly to put the to make sure that it doesn't look like this was a a minor drug den about 30 seconds ago.
All right. That go? No, it didn't. Did I hit the wrong thing? Hello?
Maybe. Did a little pop-up come up, maybe? That's not being hidden?
There we go. 4 hits.
4 hits.
2 for me.
All right. Would you like to willpower? Asking for a friend.
No.
Okay.
I don't think that Jonas knows that he needs to be.
That's fair. That's fair. No, you walk in, and it more or less looks sort of how like the normal room looks. Riley's only been here for a little over 30 minutes, and it's not trash or anything like that, but you could definitely tell like Riley's stuff is a little bit around, but nothing out of the ordinary or anything like that.
So I think that Jonas is going to wait to see whether Tank comes in with Trina or not, and then close the door and take a seat somewhere.
Honey, I didn't really get a chance to ask you, but how do you feel about dogs? He's very well behaved.
I only really remember your dog in bits and fragments from the other night.
Well, that could be problematic. I could see that.
I'm terrified, but I love him.
Well, he does make an amazing emotional support pillow.
I think he's okay then. He can come in.
She clicks her tongue twice, and Tank walks in and literally crawls up and lays on top of you. This is like a 186-pound dog that's like 2.5 feet tall at the shoulder.
It's a massive,
This dog
massive
weighs
dog.
more than Ryan.
Isn't he just like a weighted blanket, Sugar?
Yup.
Well, we'll start with the hard part. Are you okay with the blood draw?
The funny part is I'm not used to blood leaving me. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll do it in the hand. That way it's not too invasive. Just right there between your thumb and forefinger. You got a nice good vein right there. I'll
All
do
right.
a quick blood draw.
Okay.
Check blood pressure, which I'm confident is going to be elevated.
It, weirdly enough,
No.
is elevated.
Elevated body temperature as well.
Yep. It's like
You're
you're
not my mom.
Dilated pupils.
slightly.
Slightly.
I mean,
For the record, it is very clear that Riley's actively trying to not talk and is very jittery.
And probably sweaty.
Yeah.
Way too sweaty.
No, that's just Tank.
I would say, and also it's sort of the whole time you've seen them when they were hooked on stuff, and then also going through detox. It's just a constant state of Riley's just sweaty.
Constantly sweaty, and I hate it.
We have not yet established a good baseline amount of sweatiness.
Exactly.
We don't have an accurate sweatometer.
Yeah, and when you try to roll insight against Riley, it's actually a -2 because you can't really tell based off the sweat if they're lying or not.
So sweaty.
Honestly, I will take that buff. I will run with that buff.
And so,
Do not
Riley,
threaten me.
how you been feeling, honey? It's really important that you be as honest as possible in reference to this. Are you feeling cravings for the substance that you prefer?
I mean, as dumb as it sounds, yeah.
No, it's not. It's not dumb at all, honey. I mean, addiction's a powerful thing.
I don't. There's not a lot that I remember outside of the moments that I got. But all I know is that I miss it, and I want that. And so far, nothing can replace that.
Understood.
And
Any sort of side effects that you're feeling since, it's left your system for the most part?
if I said that my teeth itch, would that mean anything to you? Is that like a
Yeah.
normal thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think at teeth itch, Jonas pulls out a little notepad and
Yeah, I don't know what else to say other than that. I mean, I've been given, not even given, I feel things differently now. Different perception, different understanding of existence. And that's that I feel crazy actually saying.
She kind of jotting down notes.
But most of all, I just feel pointless.
Have you looked at therapy as an option? I mean, obviously you couldn't tell them, but I mean, addiction's addiction, and hopefully standard treatments that would help with anything that you're addicted to would be able to help you.
Fingers
Thought about joining NA, Narconon, anything like that?
That is something that Jonas had brought up previously. It was potentially a support group, trying to get involved with that. I just feel like I'm the outlier in that, and I don't want anyone else to experience what I did.
Sure. Are you afraid you're going to lead these creatures back to those people and that they might come looking for you and harm those that you care about?
In no exact words, yes.
I know it's going to be an odd question, but can you tell me anything you can remember about your time in that life? If people that you might have met, locations you frequented, things you saw that could potentially be of use to us as we look into doing everything we can to prevent this from happening to someone else?
Sorry, everything went quiet in my headphones there for a second.
We have access
It's
to information that if you can help to point us in a
people
direction.
in that circle know me as Riley's not a real person to them. In that circle, I'm Loverboy. And I kind of love that. And I kind of hate
Okay.
that. I like who I was, but I hate who I was. I remember being paraded around like a pet or trophy. Just I can't say this without sounding up my own business or conceited. Like I'm pretty, I know that. But that's what I was. And because of
So
that, I could get people's attention. I could bring people places. I could drum up business for a club. There was lots of reasons to trot me out.
Riley, I know that you
But
said
the
that you felt
in between of those nights are blurred. Feels like time moves very fast until it doesn't.
Riley, I know that you said that you were feeling less important now, but
Hold on. I think there might be an issue with Ian's headphones.
Yeah, I was checking
Can
right
you
now
hear
to
us?
see if there's a disconnect. Maybe there's some latency.
I lost some audio on my side. I'm sorry. I'm fixing it. All right. How about
testing.
I can hear you. Am I sound any better?
Yeah, I mean, you sounded
You
good.
were sounding fine.
You were fine. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I just lost all audio on my end. That's my bad. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
So
I mean, there's
after all
some
of that,
fantastic conversation. It was good.
Yeah, I believe it.
so after all of that, Jonas is going to say, Riley, I know that you said that you were feeling a lack of purpose, and I think that we might be able to help you with that. If you can help us to find the others that were in that circle, so to speak, there could be other people who were stuck in your situation. We can help them. We can get rid of the things that put you in this position. You're one of the few who knows about this and is in a meaningful position to be able to help.
That's what I'm scared of.
I can understand that. It's a scary thing, but it's also an important thing.
I'm scared of making someone else feel like I feel right now. Lost, empty, purposeless. Don't know how long it's been since I haven't been someone else's. Does that make sense?
Sure, honey.
Okay.
But I get what you're saying. And I would love nothing more than to watch whatever that monster was that held my leash literally and figuratively burn again. But I don't know if it's something that other people could do.
I think that at this point, Jonas is normally like, "Yeah, I'm really trying to understand you." Facial expression shifts to something a bit harder and says, "You can watch monsters like that burn again and again and again, and those people won't know if they can handle what you're surviving through right now unless we give them a chance."
I mean, you spent God knows how long being a victim, and now here's your chance to take it back. Take back your power.
I want to say yes. But if I'm going to say yes, I need you to know what you already know. That Jonas, I haven't slept into 3 days. And hate me for it, whatever you want. I have been tracking down anyone and everyone I knew in that life looking for the fix. Nobody wants anything to do with me. I'm now the pariah. I am a mess. I am tired. And all I want is to not feel like this anymore. Life was easier when someone said my name and I answered. But damn, do I want my life back. If you'll have me, I'll try. But I need some guidance and some grace. Because I will screw up. I'm telling you that now after spending 72 hours looking to try to screw up again.
I don't mean this to sound rude, honey, but how careful were you coming and going from here?
Like to say pretty careful.
The reason I ask is because the things that we're looking to do this to, they're looking to do it to us as well. And you going back and making connections with people who are in that life, when you are, as you say, a pariah, puts everyone who has any connection to you in extreme danger.
It's no one with power that I'm finding. It's others in a similar situation.
But you
They have
don't
the
think they're going to tell their masters that old lover boy came around asking for a fix?
I was hoping it was more of a free agent. I was a prize for somebody, maybe as free agent is the term I like to use for myself in this. Maybe I could be a
But
prize for someone else.
but they know your master was slain. He didn't just die of natural causes.
I hadn't put that together. I can tell you I've been careful. I move careful.
Well, I hope so.
I exist until I have existed until needing to be seen. And that's not something that just stops because your life changes. You live small, you stay small. If that tracks. So
I think it means we need to take some extra precautions here, anyways.
Yeah, it's
there,
definitely makes me nervous. Gets the hair on the back of my neck standing on end.
if there's anything I can, I don't know how much it would help, but I do know that some of my former employers, I don't know if that's the right term. God, this is so weird. A lot of the, not a lot, a handful of assets are in my name. So there are resources, things of that are unclaimed, I guess. So I'd be more than happy or willing to try to put those resources into this as a means of trying to fix any sort of unwanted heat that I brought. Um, I am truly sorry. And it sounds like an excuse, but the best I can say is I don't know what I don't know.
No, I know
None of us.
it's addiction is dangerous, and not just for you, but for everyone who is associated with you. And in this particular case, more dangerous than others because while if you were doing heroin and overdose, the only person you kill is you. But imagine that heroin that you were sticking in your arm, when it killed you, became a monster that could kill everybody you love or care about.
Is that a thing that could happen?
Is there any chance that you could give me the people that you talked to? At this point, I think that Jonas will give a significant look to Trina and say, we may want to have Brick give them a visit.
I think it would at least warrant us looking into them, seeing what we can find.
Most I can. Most of us don't operate with real names. So that might cause some
In your
like
tenure with your master, were you ever arrested?
no ma'am. I never did any of the illegal or otherwise.
So you don't have a jacket?
No.
That's good.
No,
At least that's something.
I was the pet. I was never sent to do things. I was sent to collect, if that makes sense.
Yeah, if you could jot down those names, I'll flip my pad around and hand Riley the pen and, I mean, whatever name you know him by, sweetie.
Okay. And I'll
And maybe where you'd find him, location, that sort of thing.
yeah. And Riley sits and stares at the pad for long enough. And then finally writes down 2 names on the paper. And I can send you guys those names.
Okay.
Bruce, I'll loop you in on that also, so you know. Naturally.
I would hope. It makes my
No,
job
you
a
don't-
lot
you-
more interesting if not.
You don't get to know. People are just gonna start throwing names at you that you're like, sure.
Sure. Yep.
They exist.
Welcome to the first 25 episodes with touchstones in season 1 of Indy by Night.
Yeah.
Those are people. Yep.
I think that Trina would know that Jonas has ways of finding people who are of that life.
If would it be a good idea or a bad idea for me to just take your friend to these people?
No, you need to stay as far hell away from them as you can.
And preferably actually get some sleep.
And right now, you're a big old searchlight, and if they come looking, where that searchlight leads, it's going to lead right to me and old Jonas here.
I can't have that.
So I agree with Jonas. Stop doing whatever drugs you're doing and get some damn sleep.
I'll do my best.
We're going to tie you to the bed again, honey.
No, please no. You can't move under tank anyway. Can somebody pass me my phone? Just kind of like trying to reach from under tank, but it's like ever so slightly just out of reach.
Trina clicks again, and Tank gets up off you and jumps down on the floor and curls up at her feet.
Yeah, then I'll grab my phone and start scrolling through looking for contacts or other means that I might have for those names.
Sure.
And out of curiosity, because Morgan was involved in the hunt the other night, correct or no?
That is correct. She was.
All right, and Morgan, would I have your phone number?
Yes.
All right. Then while I'm doing that, I'm gonna text Morgan, and all that it is it's the 2 dancing girls. It's just like the 2 dancing girls emoji. And I'm just gonna send you that. With a question mark.
Too old for this game.
No, it's just more or less asking if you're doing anything tonight. If you want to go dancing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
not
after
frozen.
I find. No, I got you. I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay. My end's being weird. Okay. I would put a thumbs up.
Yeah. All right, I will get sleep. I promise you, I will get sleep.
I would ask what time.
Um,
About
Tech-
40 minutes.
Exactly.
I'm a text bag midnight.
All right, I'll find a place.
Yeah. And that's spelled with like 8 E's and like 12 A's.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah.
As this conversation is going and through your texting, go ahead and roll me a wits and awareness, Morgan, with a -2, please, as you're slightly distracted at this text conversation.
That would be a 2.
2.
Yes.
You're looking for a 3. Would you like to willpower? Or are you happy with your 2?
Oh, willpower.
Okay.
All right, I got one more.
Cool. You do notice that Caden happens to sort of slip on out. And it looks like he's looking in the window a little bit as he's like almost like paranoid looking to the window as he's walking by, just continually looking to almost like he's looking to every window to see if he's like looking for some sort of like reflection or something. But he's continuing down the street.
I am going to watch him as far as I can. Does it ever seem like he catches a glimpse of this ghost thing?
Yeah, actually, you see, like, he's almost right at this point about a block away where you can barely sort of make out it, like, see him based off people passing him and stuff like this. But you do see him, and the only reason why you really can pick him out is because he stops and yells no, and then takes off running around a corner, like he's almost running away from something.
Okay. I'll jot that down in my little notebook.
Okay.
I will call Trina just to see what's going on. If
Okay.
I have her number.
Yeah, I would have given it to everybody. You know, you were
Okay.
there. You were part of the mix, so.
Yeah, I just don't want to assume.
Yeah, it's a good thing. You know, that's another thing we'll have to discuss off in the Discord is how we are going to function with cell phones in this game.
I don't think we've gotten into the habit of destroying them every 30 minutes yet. So.
30 minutes, that's a long time for a
Yeah.
phone for Dimitri. I don't know about you, but
It's one phone call. That's done.
exactly.
What kind of Russian wholesaler was Dimitri buying phones from?
Yes is the answer.
I own stock in Russian telephone company.
Were they
I'm
proprietary?
paying myself.
Exactly. So yeah, Trina, you go ahead and get a phone call from Morgan.
Oh, if you'll excuse me, I need to take this. I'll step out in the hall. This is Trina.
Oh, hey, this is Morgan. And
Oh, hey,
wanted
baby
to
girl.
see-
How you doing?
oh, I am doing great. Morgan definitely has a hard time, like, how strong Trina is. Just because
She's
Maybe
a
she
very
gets a
big
little-
personality.
yes, a little overwhelmed with that big personality. Hey, I was just saying, like, do you guys have anything going on tonight?
Well, we're looking into something. I'm down here at the center, the Julian Center with Jonas. We're just checking in on Riley and seeing how he was doing, and he seems to be, holding it together all right. But we're looking into something. But I mean, what did you have in mind?
Oh, no, I mean, if you guys already have something that you're onto, we can.
Well, no,
I
I mean it's nothing
just decide things.
concrete. I mean, If you've got something that's going to be fun, I'm all in.
Well, maybe I'll come down and compare notes, but I think Riley just texted me asking if we wanted to go out tonight. Are they okay?
Yeah, they're tip top.
I'm so disappointed already in you.
Dang.
Well, maybe this would be a good distraction for them. Whatever you're into. I mean, why don't you swing on by, girl?
Yeah, I think I will. I'll be there soon.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Riley, I do want to know, what does the bottom of that bus look like? Could you describe it for me?
They don't spring for the underwash at the car wash.
That sucks. Especially in Indiana with all that salt half the year. It's sort of rough.
Mm-hmm.
Jonas, dear, would you mind stepping out here for just a moment?
Yeah, of course. Right. Step out.
She says something in Turkish, and suddenly Tank is sitting very attentive, looking right at Riley.
And Riley is a statue.
She'll close the door.
Everything okay?
I just spoke with Morgan, and apparently our little friend in there has made arrangements to scoot on out of here tonight and go dancing and partying. The whole time feeding us a line about how they were going to get straight and they were going to do their best to get rest.
There's time.
I mean, I'm not one normally to get mixed up in people's business, and and they are a grown ass person, but I'm just going to say it. If we're going to be mixed up with this fool, we probably need to make sure that they can at least be honest with us.
I agree. And part of that is a trust that we need to earn from them. They're used to people being on them every time they stray. I think that we can look on the positive side here and say they're bringing a responsible person with them who we can ask to help them stay level.
So, are you saying we don't mention that we know what they're planning to do?
I This is where I, out of character, wish I knew a little bit more about how this worked. Um, I think that Jonas is going to say, not right now.
Well, this is your place of business, your castle, so to speak. So, I will defer to your judgment.
Thank you. Did I overhear that Morgan is coming here?
Yeah, she called me up and was curious if if I was available. She said she kind of stumbled into something, and I said we were kind of working on something with Riley, but she's going to swing by. We'll compare notes and see maybe which one's got more legs.
Okay. Maybe we can have that conversation then.
As I said, this is your castle.
Understood. And I think that as Jonas is saying that, there's an implied like, and I understand that that comes with the responsibility of being the person who effed it up in the event that I'm wrong here.
I'll open the door again, say something else in Turkish, and Tank immediately like hops up and starts licking Riley's face.
There is a audible sigh of relief.
Another quick mouth click, and Tank comes over and stands beside her.
It's the center isn't very far from where you're at, Morgan. So it doesn't take too long for you to head over. It takes about 10 minutes. So I'm not sure if the three of you want to continue having small talk for the next 10 minutes, or if there's something you guys else you would either have to do or check in on. But you guys have like 10 minutes before Morgan is supposed to arrive.
No, so I'm telling the both of you. There was someone I've heard through the grapevine that there was somebody of the nocturnal essence who would not shut up about how good Taco Bell and whiskey was. And that sounds awful. It sounds terrible. I can't know. Like, they may look like us, but they're not us. Like, oh my god.
We'll let you rest, Riley.
It seems like you've had a hard time.
Yeah.
Facts.
I thought it was interesting.
I do think that Jonas does excuse himself to go and explain to some of the people here, like, hey, Riley was maybe mixed up in some like criminal stuff and may have people who are following to figure out where he ended up. Be on the lookout for new faces that don't match our normal clientele.
Sure.
And while I'm here, while waiting for Morgan, I would probably just do some general first aid for the residents. You know, bandage feet for some of the homeless people who maybe, for exposure or whatever, or just kind of do general welfare check kind of stuff.
Yeah. How many dots do you have total for intel medicine?
4.
4? Uh,
Yeah.
I'm not even going to make you roll it. You have enough that it's going to be just fine for you to be able to do that level of care. And you get a mixed bag of reviews. Most people are thankful for you to do this sort of service, but there are some people who are more standoffish and um, reluctant to do so and sort of take those handouts. But as this sort of time goes on, you do sort of see Morgan walk into the center, sort of staring down at her phone. And Morgan, you do get a text message from a unknown number saying, "I saw them on the square today again."
Um, I text back. I'd probably say, where at on the square?
Across from Monument Circle.
Window or crowd?
Window.
I'd put a heart emoji, then after that say, call me if you need to talk.
Okay.
I'm here. I don't know if it's possible with technology to kind of track the phone number.
What edge do you have?
That's a real good question.
I have those from time to time.
So I have improvised gear with frugal or global access.
Let's check global access. That sounds something doable within that. Let me pull that up here real quick. We're using our first edge of the Chronicle in this economy?
That's
Seems risque.
an edge test at difficulty 4.
Just-
Made off of intelligence and technology.
That sounds like a perfect fit for global access.
yeah. You don't have any perks to it though, correct? You just have just the base edge. Okay. So you want to be able to do any sort of manipulation of data. In non-network systems, Hunter would need access to the local network. Um, Yeah, I would say a DC 4. You can absolutely go ahead and roll intelligence plus technology and attempt to go ahead and pull up your laptop here and try to see if you can track the location of that of his phone.
Okay. And you said 4, DC 4.
That is correct.
I got 2, 4, 5.
Ooh. Um, Impressive. You are absolutely able to get a good location on the phone. And it was the only reason why is based off a cell tower. He looks like he just made a phone call, so it pinged off a nearby cell tower. It's not like you have active tracking as he goes.
Right.
But as the last known location, it was on the outskirts of Indianapolis, in a neighborhood of some sort.
Okay. I was just wondering how far he actually got.
Yeah. And this time it looks like he got relatively but either home or at least stopped by somewhere.
Okay. All right. I would go find Trina and Jonas and Riley.
Yeah. Jonas, are you walking around and at this point, finishing up conversation, you go more to like your managerial duties at this point?
I think that I'm probably moving out of the like daily operations of the place and more into the go and review the various notes and rumors that I've gathered and
Sure.
uh, start the night job.
Wonderful. Um, Morgan, as you sort of look around, you do see Jonas sort of check in on some people and then sort of go off. And I'm assuming this is would have been like in your office, right, where your notes and stuff are at.
Yeah.
You see Jonas sort of not disappear, but go off into his office and sit down and continue to start looking over notes and stuff like this. You do see Trina moving sort of from table to table, um, applying different bandages or medicine or just general care for some of these people here. And you do not see Jonas in the mix at all. Not Jonas, excuse me, Riley.
I will go by Jonas's office. Just kind of pop in.
Oh, hey, Morgan, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. What's going on?
But closing up, I heard that you had a lead, maybe. We've maybe got another one. I was seeing if I could get things in line to see if we could maybe corroborate any of that.
Yeah, I might have something. I was gonna ask you. I don't know if you'd feel okay about this, of me asking somebody to come here and stay here. It might be helpful information-wise, and they are in desperate need of shower, deodorant, all that good stuff.
Oh,
The
okay,
works.
okay. Are you talking about long term or?
I can't tell, to be honest. I literally just met them today, and they're kind of part of the new job that we may have.
Okay, okay. Hit the door for a second, and he's just going to be like, "Hey, close the door," and then if it's someone like us, if there's somebody who is in our business, then I can maybe fudge some paperwork and arrange for a moderate stay. But we can take basically everyone for a night or two. So, you know, it really depends. But otherwise, we do need to get them on their way.
Oh yeah, I totally get that. I'm just gonna. Do you have a seat? I'm just gonna plop down if you have a chair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And I
What
imagine
else?
that it's kind of a mess.
Just scooch over some paper.
Yeah.
Well, see, this guy, he's been seeing things. So, I just kind of want to know how and how often and when. So,
Okay.
but I also don't want it to be a problem here either.
No, it shouldn't be. You'd be surprised how often that's where we find out about stuff. So
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured that's kind of what you do here, but
yeah,
you know, again, I don't want to assume your place is anywhere that I can send people. So,
yeah. Thanks so much for asking. I do appreciate that, but no, it shouldn't be a problem.
all right. Um,
Hey,
so
were you planning on taking our new friends out later?
Trina or Riley? Or Brooke?
Riley.
Oh. Um, yeah, I mean, they said they were gonna get some rest and then we could go out tonight and just kind of hang out,
Okay.
dance.
Don't let me ask you to do something you're not comfortable with, but would you mind just keeping an eye on them? They seem like maybe they're falling into some bad habits, and I don't want them to feel like we don't trust them, but also I don't want them to get into trouble.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I feel like I would look out for them, in the sense of making sure everybody's safe. But
Perfect. That's all I can
I
ask.
okay. I was just gonna say I don't know if I can stop anybody from doing things they're used to doing.
I get it. I get it. And like I said, if you're not comfortable, just pretend I didn't even ask. But
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep my eye out for sure. But
perfect.
yeah, but but if we have a job or whatever, we might not even be able
Yeah.
to do that tonight. So we'll see. I gotta get into contact with this guy a little bit more.
Okay.
Is Trina around here? Oh yeah, I did see her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's other side of that room.
Okay.
And, at which point Jonas is going to get up and pour another cup of coffee at like 9.
Too real.
Is that decaf?
Why do you want some?
No, just asking for you. Don't want you to get too jittery.
No. If it was going to be a problem, it would be a problem by now.
Okay. Just looking out.
Thank you.
Um, okay. Are you wanting to head over to go and talk to Trina at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I would probably just go hang out by her. I don't know if I could actually talk while they're doing medical stuff, so.
Respect it.
As she sees Morgan approach, big old smile across her face. Give me just 1 minute, sugar.
No problem. I'll wait right out here.
She finishes up and takes the rubber gloves off and comes up and she hugs Morgan when she gets like close to her. So good to see you again. It feels like it's been forever.
I mean, it has been a little bit. Would you, and I'll kind of like tap back with a hug. Would you mind just washing your hands though?
Oh, I was wearing
Sorry, it's
gloves,
just,
honey. I took them off. That's
yes, but you should still wash your hands.
sure thing, honey. She goes and runs in the restroom and comes back out after a few minutes.
Oh, so much better. Thank you.
Not a problem.
So,
So,
is this your
what's this
plans
all
tonight?
about? Well, no, I've been waiting on you. I just figured
Oh,
I'd be some help to Jonas.
oh, how nice of you.
Well, no to good deed, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you want to step outside? I don't know if you vape or anything, or just would like to take in some of that nice carbon monoxide filled air, but maybe you could tell me a little bit about what you got going on.
Oh yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, we could chat about it. Let's go.
Well, step
I'll head
outside
out.
and kind of slide around the side of the building, and we're not somewhere where we could get mugged easily, but
Um, so I just met a dude. Um,
is it serious?
he's no, not that kind of way as I whack her. Like, no, no. Ugh, not looking for something. Thank you, though. I'm actually, this is kind of like a job, maybe, for us. They're kind
Oh,
of
okay.
seeing, you know, somebody that they lost a while ago.
I don't think
So
I've
I didn't know if
encountered
you
anything
wanted
like that
to
before.
kind of, take on this little job. I don't know how big it will be, but
And you believe that it's something, of that, not just them being a little wackadoo?
I mean, it could be, but I figured there's no harm in checking it out.
That's true.
So, um, I was gonna invite him here to kind of stay for a little bit and we can get some information.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds like a decent enough idea.
All right, I was just making sure everybody's cool with that.
Yeah, always good to operate on friendly turf.
Kind of my thoughts too.
Get the home field advantage, so to speak. We'll give this fella a call and have him come on over. I can help you
All
do
right.
your makeup. She kind of ribs her a little bit.
I'm good, but thanks. Gotta be the all natural organic stuff, so
I'm just teasing.
I didn't know that you were just joking. So, sorry. Guess I gotta learn the sarcasm language from you.
Wasn't really sarcasm, honey. I wasn't trying to be cruel. I was just jesting like friends do.
Oh, we're friends. Already? It's so fast.
I make friends easy, honey.
Okay.
Roughly about this time, right before you actually go to make a phone call, you do get a text message from um, your sister's phone asking if you are free this evening.
Damn, just everybody trying to hang out.
No, Morgan, the most wanted woman in the city.
I am going to ignore the text for now. So I'm gonna make the phone call first.
Perfect. As you pick up the or call to Caden, um, you hear the line pick up as it stops ringing, but all you hear is just very labored breath.
Um, well, that's kind of weird, and I'll hand the phone to Trina. Let her listen in on.
Hello? Hello, are you okay? Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me? Are you all right? The breathing, does it sound like someone who's being strangled, choking, or someone maybe who suffered from a heart attack, or
Yeah, go ahead and roll intelligence and medicine for me, please.
I'll make sure and use a D10 this time.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
Maybe
ideal.
I'll use a D20.
I feel like that's slightly cheating, but
I feel like that is
No
just
one-
doubling your chances.
So it's going to be 3 successes.
3 successes. It definitely sounds like someone who's in a lot of pain.
Mhm.
And like has been just in the process of like trying just to focus on just breathing to live.
I pull out my phone and I'll kind of look at Morgan. Do you know his address?
No, I just met him.
Do you have anything close?
Yeah, it's like in this general area, and I'll kind of.
I'll pass the phone back up. Keep talking to him. Tell him to stay awake. And I get on the phone and call 911 and I'll be like, "We have an emergency. There's a man. I don't know what's going on. He suffered some sort of injury. He is in terrible shape. I can hear him wheezing on the other end of the phone. It sounds like he ain't got much time. This is roughly the area where he lives. Here's the telephone number. What the hell was his name again?
Caden, stay
Caden.
awake.
His name's Caden.
Morgan, you have your phone and you hear from the labored breathing, "No, I'm sorry." And then you just hear a loud thud on the other side of the phone.
Trina, I think he might be gone.
Her eyes
but
get
as-
wide. You need to get somebody over there now.
Hello, is anybody there?
Do you have a car?
Yes, I have a car.
Let's go. Let's go. She just kind of starts ushering Morgan towards her car.
I'm just gonna keep saying on the phone if there's anybody there until it hangs up. Or
Drive, girl.
Is anyone else wanting to hop on in to this crazy shenanigan wagon?
I mean, if excitement was happening and I was wandering about, my nosy bitch ass is probably going to get involved. Like, oh, is something cool happening? I'm in. Hey.
For sure.
I think there's at least even odds that I'm distracted somewhere far enough away that I'm hard to find. But I'm happy to go if it's not going to slow people down.
No, I think with Riley sort of coming out and sort of getting acclimated to everything, as well as I assume for some reason your office has like a window that like faces the center to sort of keep an eye on things overall. You can definitely sort of see this and hear also the commotion of Trina sort of hurrying and trying to get stuff figured out, and the volume, and it's sort of like everyone else sort of quiet down in the center as Trina's trying to talk to to the officer or the dispatcher. So it definitely would make sense that you all would be able to be a part of this next scene and be able to usher your way there. And then as you guys are hurry up and getting into Morgan's car, you just hear on the phone in a very, very low whisper, "Pain." And that is where we'll go ahead and wrap up for tonight's episode. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out this evening. Really do appreciate everyone coming and hanging out. This has been episode 1 of Hunting Indy by Night. Episode title Exposed. So thank you guys so much again. One, as always, this episode is sponsored by not only this this episode, but the series in general is sponsored by Adventure Dice. Make sure to head over to adventuredice.ca and use code JBruce for 10% off your order. And then also, make sure to join us as we celebrate Pride Month 2024 with Sarah Moore as she runs a special charity one-shot on Saturday, June 22nd at 10 a.m. Pacific. Make sure to click the link and donate to the cause as well. It's going to be an awesome opportunity. Other than that, guys, we will see you guys next week on another episode of Indy by Night. Have a fantastic night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.